Bobby Max asked in a previous comment right here, can you do a Sun Devil guide for progression? Sure.
I got you, homie.
Yo, what up guys, beside here. In this video I want to take a look at that question right here and tell newer players coming into this game, because that's when I think of when I hear progression. Whether you're a beginner player, mid game, or even approaching end game, you're thinking about, you're getting some champions, you're thinking about this Sun Devil, I can beat him. When should I farm it? Should I even farm it? What's the best way to manage your resources when farming this boss? I'll go over all that content because my endgame account has already beaten this boss up to level 25, but I'll be approaching this advice from a free-to-play perspective from a new account that I just started in 2024, and also I have the Noob to Pro series right here to show you my perspective from this account. So I'll be showing you Sun Devil from 3 different accounts, how you can approach it and what teams to use and all that. Should you even be farming it? So first of all, I want to put a disclaimer out there that this advice is based on best efficiency ways to approach content in general in raid. If you're one of those players who is just farming content because you want to, or just beating content because you want to try it out, YOLO all the way. But if you want to be highly efficient and you're following the progressions on what to beat first, what to beat, one of those players who are very, rigid with how they spend their resources, you'll find this video very useful. If you don't care about that, just check out the teams and go fight it any way you can and fight it anytime you want. That's 2 ways to approach it. Very, very efficient, or don't care at all and just fight it whenever you want. So the first account I'll switch over is to the free-to-play 2024 account. This account was started in January, challenge up to a month. Because of the amount of time you have to spend in the campaign, because of the amount of time you have to spend trying to farm your first dungeons to get level 13 dragon and 16, because of the amount of energy required to even take champions to 6-star, because of the amount of resources and energy and gems required to take masteries on champions. These are all beginner content, by the way. You have no time and resources to spend in Sun Devil at all in a free-to-play account or in a new account like that's been playing a month or less, or even up to 2 months. You have no free time for anything. You're trying to beat clan boss. Clan boss is your priority in that early game. So the Sun Devil has never been fought on this account, but because of the HH gaming challenge, I might have to go spend a few battles in here eventually to get some points maybe for that tournament, right? But it's not something a newer player should ever focus on, because you have a lot of other things that are more highly important. So that's all I have to say about newer players who are coming in playing less than a month or 2, and you've not yet picked up your Seal the Drake, you've not yet picked up to big champions, you've not yet taken a lot of champions to 60. Focus on that instead of this Sun Devil. So that account is gone. The next one is the Noob to Pro series. This account is currently trying to get Lydia. So we've beaten up to Ultra Nightmare. We started beating some faction wars. We started building some champions for faction wars. You can beat all dungeon content right now at level 25. Not yet hard mode. We have a lot of champions at 60 already. So Minotaur is not our priority anymore. Everything is at high level 25. We are not yet at hard mode. Take note. So this account is still not yet ready for the Sun Devil. Why? Because we've not been farming these dungeons long enough to get some amazing 6-star pieces. This account still depends on a lot of 5-star gear. There's a point where every player gets to when he begins to do away with a lot of 5-star gear. See, that's a 5-star, that's a 5-star, that's a 5-star. There's a point when your account gets to where you can no longer see 5-star gear. I feel like that's the best time. But you can see me, I have a 6-star. You're beginning to get a mix of 5 and 6-star, right? Because you're farming dungeon 25. Of course, you get good 6-star gear. I'm saying when you begin to get 6-star gear, that's when you should begin to put some ascensions on them, because that's the entire purpose of farming the Sun Devil Necropolis, to get some bonus stats. Now, the Sun Devil is still pretty kind of new to raid. Remember, before the Sun Devil came along, we were beating all dungeon content at level 20 just fine. Then they launched level 25. We were beating level 25 just fine without the Sun Devil. When they launched, I don't know if the timeline is correct, when they launched hard mode dungeons, right? These hard mode dungeons was so difficult, they looked for a way to give us extra bonus stats. So because the hard mode dungeons was so difficult, that's why this Sun Devil and this Phantom Shogun came around to give you some bonus stats. So if you can check right here on the hard mode dungeons right here, as you're farming it, it's kind of difficult to get the right stats to beat these bosses, to match their speed, to match their requirements and all that. So this is a lot of new content, not just only hard mode dungeons now. A lot of new content came around that requires more stats. So I'm saying one priority for those players who are beginning to beat 25 content is to begin to get good 6-star gear. And when you get 6-star gear, you can begin to get into the Sun Devil Necropolis. Now, whether you're a newer player coming into raid from my first account that I just showed you to the Noob to Pro, which I'm currently showing you right now, there will be a time when you see that advanced quest, when you go into your quest and says, what does it say? Self upgrade and ascend, or ascend an artifact, one artifact, something like that. That's the best time to spend it. Now, if you're a newer player, you know that the game gives you a bunch of artifacts at the first time. Let me just go for artifacts that have not been ascended yet. Is this speed? It's not. Usually want to do it on speed 6-star ones, them though. If I can find one, I can't find it. So you can see I'm not even spending it on my 5-star ones. But I'm saying whenever you go to the upgrade, this advanced quest wants you to do an ascension. This is the only time you should spend on it. So if you're a newer player, you're just coming it on a normal day and just hitting ascend, you're wasting all your oils, right? That's what it's called, right? These lesser oils are so hard to get for that early game. So when the game gives you that huge amount the first time these ascensions unlock for you, wait, don't spend it all in one day. Wait till the advanced quest comes around before you begin to hit ascend. I can ascend this right now, but I'm not going to do it until an advanced quest wants me to ascend something. That's when I come here and I do it once. Don't hit ascend because you roll speed, you keep ascending and finish all your oils. It's going to be a sweat farming new oils. So do not spend it all in one place. So this account may have farmed the Sun Devil. Yes, my Noob to Pro can farm the Sun Devil because of advanced quest. There are times when you look at that advanced quest, you're like, I really want to complete that advanced quest. It wants me to farm the Sun Devil in order to get those lesser oils, and you have no choice but to go in there and farm it. Even if you're a newer player playing less than a month, even if you can farm stage 1 or 2 and get those lesser oils, it will cost you more energy, more time. Yes, longer runs, no problem. Just get the oils required to get your advanced quest, because hey, remember, this advanced quest gets you a bunch of advanced legendary skill tome, a bunch of resources up here. Even if you don't complete it, you won't get that daily energy that is supposed to be a full energy refill for you. That's your motivation. That's the reason why you can go even to the dungeons and farm it. So that's the only exception. Now, without that advanced quest telling you to farm it, when should you farm it? No reason to do it. No other reason to do it from a newer player account and from this Noob to Pro account. So let me show you the progression right here on this account for this Sun Devil Necropolis. Farming it at level 5, with which team the champions I already have at 6-star on this account. Fine, I did go overboard and get what's his name, Cronam, but you don't have to even get up to level 5 at any stage. You can see this is 4 to 5 oils, so you can just do 10 runs. 10 runs to give you 25. That's not enough, so that's going to be like 20 runs over here for stage 1 and 2, just to get enough to finish what that advanced quest wants you to do, for a newer player at least. Now, for mid-game to end-game players who are just looking to get it done, I think stage 7 has always been the best that people do recommend, because it gives you 7 to 8, better than this stage 6 that gives you 6 to 8. 7 to 8 is a good starter point for you to stop pushing and farm it consistently. I think the energy requirement does not increase at stage 7. It still stays at 10, I think so. So that's the best place. There is a chart out there which you can farm, which you can check out the best stages to farm. I know endgame players will always go for the most difficult stage and get the biggest amount of oils at the time. But for newer players, this advice is for you. Stage 7, I think, will still be the sweet spot. I don't know if that advice has changed. I need to check out the chart. But that's what I would recommend for you guys right here, if you can do it. If the battle is failing for some stages, just go lower stages. It doesn't matter whether you're doing it at stage 1, 2, or 3. As long as you farm the number of requirements for that advanced quest and leave. Remember, that's the only reason for newer players to come in right here for advanced quest. So my team that I'm using right here is well built. Now, the only reason why I can beat it up to this stage, or even beat it, my team can probably go further. But why am I not pushing it? Because I don't need to. I only come in here on this account that I've been playing almost a year. I think over day 200 plus right now, but I'm still not pushing it. So for those looking forward to when to progress to this content, it's not yet. It's not yet time. I only do it when an advanced quest requires me to. But check out, there are some champions right now on my team that probably have their ascension, their artifacts fully ascended, and that's gonna be your speed booster. What's his face? Is it? Yes, Deacon. Deacon Armstrong is one of my speed booster on this team. So check out, he's the only champion that has this high amount of ascension, up to 1, 2, 3, 4 level of ascension. Now I probably would have been wiser to save all these oils for when I pick up a 6-star speed boost to do this on that 6-star speed boost. But hey, I was impatient. I couldn't wait any longer, and I had to give it to him so I can begin to beat some speed teams in the arena. So that's the only champion so far that deserves, like I said, speed all the way for newer players. Don't ascend anything else. Don't ascend your glove. Don't ascend your chest. Nothing else is more important than speed boots, getting speed substart right here, or speed boots, getting attack percentage on a attack champion. You know, all the stats you can get from that. But I prefer to look for speed. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm not spending it on the accessories. I'm just doing only on speed. You'll not find any champion that has any other gear ascended than boots. See, 1 star on the boots, 1 star on the boots. Is that a 6-star speed boots? No, it went HP. But this is where I should have spent it right here if I go speed. This has 2 star, 1 star, none, 1 star, 1. Well, nothing over here because that's probably an attack boot, so no need to ascend that. I'm only doing it on speed boots, but you get the gist. All this were done when a mission required me to advance something, do an advanced quest. That's when I went to do all these champions. So check out this one. It's already done 1 star. None on here because it's a clan boss champion who requires a particular speed, specific speed. No need to boost him more than the required speed. So I guess you see the reason why newer players are doing it right now and when you should do it. I have to put this point across for newer players who are confused about that. Spending your oils at the right time when an advanced quest requires you to do so, so you don't have to go over to that sand devil and farm it at the lower stage and spend a lot of time and resources in there. So it's not like it's a bad boss. It's not like it's the resources that you get from them are not useful for you. It's obviously useful. It's giving my Deacon a little bit of more speed, but I'm saying there are a lot more places that will give you more benefits for spending that same amount of energy and time. So that's what you need to do. Progress your champions further. When they have nothing else to max out, that's when you spend that energy. Imagine their gear is not even 16. I'm still not having good gear, but already I'm even ascending something to 4 star. No, it's not yet time, but I just had to do it to go first in the arena just for him, no other person. So now that I've given the perspective from a new account, from a mid-game account right here, which is almost getting Lydia or trying to get Lydia close to Ultra Nightmare, it's time for me to show you the perspective from an end-game account, and so you can see what that account is doing, which is probably what a lot of players would be doing right now, and that is my end-game account, which can beat it at level 25. I've not fine-tuned this team since the early days when I put out the video. There's a video on the channel about how I build this team. You can check out that video. Just search Sun Devil in the search with Bricks 5D. You see my video about how I put this team together. Before the boss was revamped, before all these new resources were put, before the turn attack tournaments were launched, I think I just put a 2-man team together, which I could revamp right now to a full man team to make it even faster, instead of being a 4 to 5 minutes, 6-minute run battle. But hey, I just have to use less champions in there so I can focus my champions in a lot of other content. So what's my strategy for the Sun Devil on my main account? Shockingly, it seems like it's going to be the same as the Noob to Pro account you just saw. This is an account is almost 4 years old, but check out, still has a 1-star boots, 1-star ascended boots, well, no gear on that champion here, 1-star ascended boost. I'm still feeling like I'm still doing the same thing. I'm only putting ascensions on these champions only when a advanced quest requires me to do so. That's what it feels like, right? But check out, I'm beginning to now get access to now try it on glove to maybe look for some more damage on my damage dealer. I'm beginning to try it on some other pieces because I have a lot on this account. Maybe at that point, that's why I was doing it. But still, on some champions, even a speed champion like this, I was still doing it on a 1 star for everybody right here. 1 star, 1 star. So it seems like the strategy did not change. So when am I going to start taking champions to high level of max ascension on this account? Check out the arbiter. That's when you do it. When you see a champion needs it desperately to boost their speed, that's when you do it. So that's the strategy like right here. It seems similar, but I'm farming it at a higher level and I can afford to do it for more than one champion on this account because I've been farming it at level 12. So I can do it for Arbiter, I can do it for Lady Kimi, I can do it for Duchess, and can do it for a lot of damage dealers. But I just want to hold on to that resource. That's why I'm not doing it for all these other champions. What do I mean? I could go over here. Well, he's not even rolling defense. But you can see the resources. 259, 1000 plus, 228. I have enough to make something else to full level 6 ascension. But I do not need to right now on the level of my account right here because it's not a priority for me. As for the new accessory or the new way that just came out that you can use this all. If I hit that upgrade, where is it? Ascend. This chaos dust that just came out. I've also not started using this, but you only use this when you absolutely need to. I don't think this is a piece that I want to use it on, but I like hoarding, so I'm a hoarder. I'm probably not the best person to give this advice, but I just wanted to showcase when newer players should do it. And for endgame players, as this account is, I can do it whenever because I can beat it at level 25. I can begin to ascend every piece I have on the account. So when do I farm this Sun Devil on an in-game account? Well, the best time I usually farm it is when CVC. They usually just bring out of a CVC. CVC comes around. CVC is one reason with personal rewards. Clan versus clan tournament that has personal rewards. That's the best time I come in here to farm this Sun Devil Necropolis at 25. That's the best time because it gives me double rewards, right? Double points. Sometimes it gives you some CVC bonuses for farming it at that level, at a higher level. So it gives you some points, and that's the time I ramp up my oils, my lesser oils, my greater oils, and all that. I ramp it up during CVC and help my clan. That's after you spent all your books, you've done all your skill tome upgrading, you level up, you've done your greater, you've done everything to get some CVC points. The only thing left to do is to farm dungeons till the morning to get your clan to win CVC. That's the best time an endgame account goes in there to farm it. So if you're asking the question about progression, it's never, but for an end game, it's during CVC is the best time. The next best time to do it is whenever they have those Sun Devil Necropolis tournaments, when the rewards make sense. There are times like the one that just ended, I don't think the reward made sense, or I did not touch it. When I check it out, the rewards do not make sense. What do I mean? There's no void shard, there's no primal shard, there's no big reward right here for pushing the Sun Devil, farming it like 200 runs. If there is no reward for a good tournament, if just an epic skill tome right here or some essence, I'm not gonna touch it because fine, you can win that tournament. People don't usually push for that tournament. If you want to go for that leaderboard to get those relentless sets, that is an easy tournament to win. But I just felt like sometimes the reward on this right hand side is what I usually want to go for. So if the rewards don't make sense, I don't even push for the tournament leaderboard rewards either. So that's the best time to farm it, CVC and during tournaments right here. So I don't know if I answered the question properly. Some tips and tricks for newer players coming in when you do finally get to preparing for the Sun Devil. You're not farming it yet. There is a champion that can help you along the way because that Sun Devil boss is susceptible to sleep. Is the champion here? Here it is. Monk Stalker. He's an MVP right here that since that boss can be put to sleep. Here is the skill right here that puts the boss to sleep. This one places sleep debuff for 2 turns if the target has no active buffs. So like I said, there's a dedicated video out there that I put out about that boss, whether it's a 2-man team that can beat it or a full-man team. I don't think I have a full-man team that can beat him yet. I've not done that, but this is the champion for that. As much sleep as you can, as much passive healing as you can, or heal only when that boss is asleep. So that's when you can beat it. We are not building teams to beat the boss. We are building teams to beat other content, and then those teams just works on the boss. That's how you do it. That's how I did it on my account. Now, if you're an endgame player and you have Mock Stalker, you have those Revive on Death, you want to build the 2-man champion teams, and then you're building teams to beat this boss, it's because you're trying to progress from 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's when you begin to build full teams or 2-man teams or 1-man team to beat this boss. That's the best time. But for a newer player, please go focus on your clan boss nightmare. Please go focus on your Hydra. Please go focus on your Dungeon 25 or even Dungeon Hard Mode, Doom Tower, Cost City. There are a lot of other content that will give you more rewards than this Sun Devil Necropolis. Come in here and fight level 7 only when the advanced quest forces you to do so, because if you don't fight it, if you don't ascend an artifact ascension, they will not give you your 130 energy. You come in here, get it done, and leave. So endgame players will farm it whenever they want, whenever the rewards like from CVC or from tournaments make sense. Newer players will farm it only when advanced quest requires them to do so. I hope this is a detailed way, or I answer the question in a detailed way to advise you on how you can what's the question, can you do a Sun Devil guide for progression? So I hope this was a detailed progression until you know that Sun Devil is not going anywhere. It's to make sure your gear gets to a place where they are worthy of ascensions. Don't go ascend trash gear. There are gear that you get and you eventually trash. I'm talking about gear that you've already taken to 16. Let me give an example. I don't know if this is a good example, but there are some gears on your account where you're looking at it. You used that on the champion, you took it to 16, you ascended it, and then you got a better gear. Yes, you will get better than the 5-star you currently have. So don't go spending all your oils on 5-star gear that you eventually scrap. Those champions will do just fine with 5-star gear at level 16. For the content level 20, 25 you're trying to beat, they will do just fine. You just have to work on your Great Hall and other things that will give them bonus stats at the same time, right? So the Sun Devil is not the best place to get bonus stats. The Sun Devil is the best place to get bonus stats for end game players, not for beginner players right here. I think I drove the point home right here in this video, and that's my advice for newer players who are looking at the Sun Devil and thinking, should I go farm that boss? He looks cool, he has good animations and all that stuff, but you go in there and he nukes you to oblivion. So it's not an easy boss. I've not even done the Phantom Shogun till today. Oh, I have. When did I beat this boss? When did I do this? I don't even remember. I've not put out this video yet. I was supposed to put this video out, or have I done it? And I can't remember. I don't know. I was supposed to do it at the beginning of the year in January. I was challenged to do it and I did it. When I didn't put out the video, I'll check if this video is out already. But that's not a boss I farm either. So the dungeons are all about the dragon, spider, fire knight. Those are the 3 triangles you want to farm until you start getting crazy 6-star gear. That's when you begin to come in here and flex, take those 6-star gear to their maximum possibility by farming this boss. I'm not even going to end this video by hitting battle on this boss because I feel like that's a waste of my 20 energy. Normally I end the video on that note, but I'm going to end it on the view of this champion skills and abilities, where you can find out about here. You don't need it, but if you need a detailed guide, a detailed video, check it out. There are a lot of other content creators who have showed you ways to beat this boss easily, and don't struggle. Like I said, level 7 is still the best way. For endgame players, I know some endgame players who only farm level 7 because they don't want to put the resources and time required to farm this stage. But now we have a new resource, which is Chaos Dust, which is an inspiration to make endgame players rush all the way to 25 and begin to farm it. Especially those players who have been ignoring building a team for 25 now have a reason to go for it. Chaos Dust is the next best thing after you getting all these lesser oils. All right, guys. If you have any other question related to Raid Shadow Legends, whether you're a newer player, end game player, you can ask it in the comments below and I'll answer it, or do a dedicated video guide for you guys, or an answer in a video format for you. That's all I have today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And these are just all my own personal opinions and how I play my Raid accounts. If you have varying opinions, or if you have something new to teach me that I don't know about this particular boss, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Later, guys.